For the Ben Franklin project you're going to be working on emulating Ben Franklin's daily schedule or the 13 virtues of Benjamin Franklin. And you're going to do that over a few weeks. Now, the first thing to do is to find out what these things are by reading in your textbook. And so you can look in your table of contents for where Ben Franklin's section starts in the textbook, and you'll notice he has a few. Also, in the index, you can see in the back, you might look for autobiography, Franklin, to see where the page numbers are. In addition, once you find the general biography, you can flip through until you see where the 13 virtues are. And then a few pages later, you'll see, well, here's one of the virtues. This is how he kept up with it all. He also has a schedule in here. So you're going to either do the daily schedule of Ben Franklin for 13 days, or you're going to focus on one of the 13 virtues every day, just like he did. So if you read in the textbook, you'll see what he did and how, and you're going to do that too. So you have two options: either follow the schedule or do the 13 virtues. Now you can see on the left-hand side where it says Ben Franklin Project, the journal entries will be 13 separate submission links. The reflective essay will be its own link. You can click on that and see the details for the projects, and you can see the two options. So I will let you read those details for yourself. Again, I don't want you to pretend that you live in 1771. I want you to be living today and just applying those virtues or the daily schedule to your life and seeing what impact that has. This could be an assignment where you totally blow it off and you don't really do a lot of thinking and it has really no impact on you. Or it could be an assignment that really you can make meaningful. And that's true of all of your college assignments. You can treat them like just a box to check to get a degree, or you can really invest your time and your energy and your thoughts, your sense of introspection, your sense of looking through new lenses at the world around you, and really make each assignment more impactful than you ever thought possible, even in classes that you thought you didn't really need or didn't really want to take. Sometimes the things that you do in those classes are some of the ones that you remember years and years later. This assignment has the potential to be that. You can look on YouTube and find lots of examples of people who did video vlogs of their time spent keeping Ben Franklin's schedule or focusing on one of Franklin's virtues each day. So you're doing one or the other. When it's time to upload the daily reflections, I have a separate link for each one of those, and you'll just type a Word document, write a minimum of 150 words. It involves no research, and you'll see that it's the schedule or whatever virtue is the focus for that day. So you're not doing all the virtues in one day, and you're not doing both the schedule and the virtues. You're picking one. So day 2, you have the second virtue. I'm doing them in order for you that you see them in the textbook. So I even have the page numbers here for you. So make sure that you are reading and using your textbook to make sure that you understand fully what's going on so that you get the most benefit out of each assignment. Really, I'm grading this for content and to see that you really are thinking about it. You will not be allowed to upload any of the daily reflections late. I'm putting them in different links to keep you from doing them all in one day. because I have had students evidently do that before, and it was evident from their writing they did that. So I don't want you to do that. I'm going to have you do one a day. You cannot upload it late. You can do it a little early, but the links are disappearing on the date that I have posted. So if you miss February 7th, just know the good news is I'm counting 12 daily journals, but I'm offering 13 because there are 13 virtues. So I'm going to do that also. If you're doing the schedule, I'm going to have you do the schedule for 13 days. That means if you miss one day, it's not a loss. You can still do the other 12 and get full credit. So one will be dropped. It says that in the details here. So that's it for the Ben Franklin daily reflections. You are also at the end going to do, so in about 3 weeks after the time you start the project, whenever your start date is, if this is a future semester, you will have a reflection for the whole project. So whichever project you chose, the schedule or the virtues, you're going to do a 300-word reflection about the whole experience and what worked well, what didn't work well, what you got out of it that surprised you, what you thought you might get out of it that you didn't. So I really want to see that you have put some thought into this. It has the potential to really boost your grade if I can tell that you are really putting the time and effort and thought into it that you should. And it's really because you have no research, no sources to integrate. You should really just focus on the writing and the reflection and get a really good grade on this. Overall, the whole thing is 10% of your grade. That includes all of the daily reflections and the big overall reflection at the end. All right, so let me know if you have questions. Just email me and I will be happy to answer those. And I will post any responses in the announcements. So if you have a question, check the class announcements first and you might see your answer there before you even have to email me. Because if you email, you have to wait for a response from me. And oftentimes it's faster just to find the answer in announcements. All right. I look forward to hearing about your experience with living in Ben Franklin's footsteps for a while.